So listen, right? I was checking the Billboard charts to see how Baby Keem did with Casino, first week sales, and what songs charted on the Hot 100. Okay. And I made a very interesting observation about hip hop and the charts in 2026. And I'm not sure if it's good. Okay. I'm wondering if there is an actual decline in hip hop when it comes to mainstream media. Now, we know that hip hop itself is not on a decline, okay? We are getting some of the best music in hip hop, but I'm speaking just about the charts itself and what songs are visible, okay? Only 5 rappers right now are on the Hot 100. And no rapper has hit the top 10 on the Hot 100 in 2026. So we have to discuss this. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Now, listen, before we get into that conversation, the bigger conversation about no rap songs being in the top 10 on the Hot 100 in 2026, we have to congratulate Baby Keem, who debuted Casino, his sophomore album. I believe 72K first week sales, and 10 out of the 11 songs charted on the Hot 100. With the highest song was Good Flirts, came in at 34, and I believe Casino was 37. And then Birds and the Bees and House Money. Well, House Money and then Birds and the Bees, and I don't remember the exact one, but I know Birds and the Bees was 50. So yeah. Right. So shout out to Baby Keem. Listen, that is considered a success because he did not experience the sophomore slump. Normally, artists don't achieve the same success or equal success as their first album. And this album did better than his last album. So that's a success regardless. Okay. That's a good thing regardless. Baby Keem is 25. Baby Keem has a very bright future ahead of him. I will say that. Yes, he does. Okay. Now, Baby Keem actually has the most entries on the Hot 100 right now because the album came out, this, that, and the third. And it really made me look at the total Hot 100. And I was just looking for the hip hop artists that were there. Right. And once I started to do that, I noticed only 5 rappers are currently on the Hot 100. That is Baby Keem, as I just stated, who has the most entries, right? Don Toliver, right? J. Cole, T.I., and Pooh Shiesty, right? Pooh Shiesty has 1 song. T.I. has 1 song. FDO is still charting. I believe it's like 80 something or whatever. And T.I. Let them know. I believe it's peaking now. It went up to 43, I believe. So yeah, J. Cole only has 2 songs on the Hot 100. And Don Toliver has 7 songs on the Hot 100. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because last year, as you remember, Billboard ran with the headline that no rap songs had made it to the top 40 the first time since 1990. And I say ran with the headline because they had implemented a new rule to get Luther off the charts, meaning that if the song had been on the charts for 6 months and it fell beneath 25, it got removed. And the week before they implemented that rule, Luther was at 38. So it's safe to say that Luther would have still been on the charts, right? So they ran with the top 40. Now, last year, there was no real, like our big superstars in hip hop did not drop an album other than Cardi B. And Cardi B, I believe when they ran that article, she had a song, I believe, in the top 40s. They cut it off at 40. So I believe she had a song in the top 40s, right? If not top 50, but I know it was like very close. Her and NBA Youngboy actually. So this is different, right? I'm going to look at some of the people who dropped last year, right? So Cardi B, The Clips, Tyler the Creator, Central C, Youngboy, Key Glock, Nas and DJ Premier, Chance the Rapper, Mac Miller. These were people who dropped before that article came out. That article came out in October of 2025, right? When they ran that headline, no rap songs in the top 40, right? But listen, right? So I would say outside of Cardi B, I'm not really counting The Clips because I don't think that people believe that The Clips is they aren't. Their Clips is more niche. I will definitely say that. They aren't like super mainstream. That's true. They aren't. They're very hardcore rap is what you would call it, right? So in that list, I would, outside of Cardi B, and most people wouldn't even say Cardi B is like a super big rapper, but she is mainstream, right? So that's why I mentioned her. Outside of Cardi B, no one had really dropped. But this year, J. Cole did drop, okay? And J. Cole had a great first week. He debuted with 280K, debuted at number 1. He actually beat out Bad Bunny the Super Bowl. So that was big, right? No songs in the top 10. No J. Cole songs reach the top 10. I believe 2-6 was number 16. But 21 songs of the 24 songs did chart on the Hot 100. But this week, there are only 2 J. Cole songs that are charting, 2-6 and Who the F Is You, right? And I believe 2-6 is like 65, and then Who the F Is You, I believe, is 90, right? So they're like low. They're barely on, especially Who the F Is You. Don Toliver actually still has. Don Toliver dropped his album Octane, right, in late January, I believe January 30th, debuted at number 1 with 162. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole is obviously a much, much bigger artist. But Don Toliver actually still has 7 songs on the Hot 100. And his song E85 is moving up. Right now, it peaks at number 15 on the Hot 100. Not quite the top 10, but top 15. Do I think Don Toliver is a better rapper than J. Cole? No, obviously not. Don Toliver is more trap melodic, right? But it is important to compare and bring J. Cole into this conversation because J. Cole is considered to be more so with his peers, Kendrick and Drake. And I believe Kendrick and Drake, if they dropped an album, well, we haven't seen Kendrick and Drake drop an album with no top 10, at least, you know what I'm saying? Especially recently, their last couple of albums. So this is very interesting because J. Cole has a huge fan base. So I find it interesting that none of J. Cole's songs are barely staying on the top 10. Staying on the Hot 100, and no songs made it to the top 10. I don't know if this is because J. Cole had too many songs, so there isn't like a favorite. I don't know what it is, but it has me looking at hip hop and within the mainstream in general. Right now, the majority of the songs on the top 10 are pop songs. Country is still leading, country is still dominating, but for the most part, the majority are pop songs. And Kehlani actually is in the number 10 spot with Folded. The reason why I'm wondering if hip hop is on a decline in mainstream media, because numbers do matter. They don't mean everything, but they do matter, especially when it comes time to allocate funds within the labels, when it comes time for ad sponsorships and things like that. They look at numbers, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of artists are still making money because a lot of hip hop artists are independent. but it is coming to my attention. Now, Drake is supposedly dropping Iceman. He's been teasing it a lot as of recently, so we will see. I do believe Drake will definitely at least get a song debuting in the top 10, regardless if it stays there or not. I'm just saying, I am surprised that J. Cole did not have any songs debut in the top 10, and he only has 2 songs on the Hot 100 right now. And Don Toliver has 8. Baby Keem has 10. Okay, now it's going to be interesting to see what songs stay on with Baby Keem. Baby Keem is not a big artist. Okay, like I said, debuting at 72K in the first week. He's not a big artist. It's actually very hard to break a hip hop artist at this time. I'm not gonna lie, especially if the artist is not going viral or anything like that. I can't really see any of the if I would say if any of the songs that are closest to virality off of Casino would be Casino. I think that's like the most popular song from his album that I have been seeing on social media. But I don't know. I just wanted to bring this conversation here and see what you all thought about rap and mainstream, and why no rap songs have hit the top 10 on the Hot 100 in 2026. This year so far, A$AP Rocky dropped, J. Cole dropped, Don Toliver dropped, NBA Youngboy dropped, Baby Keem dropped, Rock Marciano, IDK, and I don't really know these other people, but those are some of the bigger hip hop artists, is what I would say, that dropped this year. I don't know. Either way, I do think it's a win for Baby Keem. I'm just very surprised that for J. Cole to have a big of a fan base as he does. J. Cole has a huge fan base. I have seen so much J. Cole content. So I'm just so surprised that he did not clear the top 10 and that he only has 2 songs on the Hot 100 right now. And his album dropped less than a month ago. The Fall Off dropped less than a month ago. But I'll just leave this here. You let me know what you think about all this. Again, congratulations to Baby Keem. And again, numbers don't mean everything, but it is interesting to see where hip hop falls right now in 2026. But you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments.